Hey guys, how's it going? Now that I got the tractor and planter hooked up, I'm going to unfold it and then we'll start working on it. Put the cylinder stops up here, so if anything happens with the hydraulics, it won't come down on me. You guys might be wondering, where did the 8100 go? Well, we actually sold the 8100 and we bought an 8320R to replace it. So the 8400 is going to get the job to run the 1760 planter this spring. I usually like to go through both of our planters before spring, tear them completely down, look at all the bearings, closing wheels, diameter of the seed openers, fertilizer openers, just pretty much tear it all down and then put it back together, rebuild what needs rebuilt. Usually takes me about 2 to 3 weeks, so this video is not going to be all in one day or a couple days, so it'll take me a while, but I'll kind of go through different stuff with you guys, show you what I look for when I'm working on the planter and just going through it. So we'll get started on this. So the first thing I'm going to do is take all the gauge wheels off. I'm going to take them off every row and come back and just pretty much take everything off every row, and then I'll rebuild the rows as I go back. Some people like to work on one row at a time, take it all apart, rebuild it, then go to the next row. It's pretty much just a preference. I like to take everything apart, so if I need several different parts, I just have to go make one parts run. We got all the boxes off and took the meters off the boxes here. We'll take the meters and take them to our precision planting dealer and get them run and tuned up and inspected. Several components in here that they check out, make sure everything's working good. So we got all those taken off. Took the scrapers off the seed discs here, seed openers. And I got all the row cleaners taken off. So we'll check all the bearings, clean them up. Got to run a wire brush on here, clean those up, and then again on the row cleaners. Just get everything cleaned up, so if we need to adjust it in season, it's a lot easier to do. So what I'm going to do now is take all these fertilizer discs off. Make sure the fertilizer tube is still okay, doesn't have any cracks in it. I'll need to clean these up with the wire brush before I put them back on. So I'm not sure whether you guys can see this or not. It's just got a little bit of play in it. Not sure whether the bearing's out or whether it's... I've had some that stretch inside these. The next thing that I'll do is I'll measure these. New are 13.5 inches and you replace them at 12.5. So this one is good. I've done several of the others and I shouldn't have to replace any by size. It might just be like the one I showed you before, that maybe the bearing's going bad. So that should be just a couple of those I need to replace. All the others look good. What I'm doing now is going through and checking all the fertilizer tubes, seeing if they're all okay. I did find a couple that have the fertilizer opener discs have gotten into this part of it right here and have worn it away here. If that makes a hole, if I leave this one on here and it makes a hole, fertilizer is going to shoot out the side, kind of get brought up by the disc, and it's going to fling fertilizer all over this, and it's not going to put it down in the furrow made by the openers. So I'll have to replace a couple of these. This is a scraper that scrapes the inside of the fertilizer opener discs, and the hard piece that actually does the scraping, you can see it on this side. These are glued on here and it's come off, so it's not going to do its job. You can already see where it's wearing into this part of it. So I need to replace this as well. If you're new to my channel or watching for the first time here, this planter is used to plant our conventional corn, and then it also plants the organic corn and soybeans. And that's why on the conventional side, we use 28 liquid nitrogen fertilizer, 28%, and 1230 mixed. And those fertilizers are very corrosive. That's why there's a lot of rust. That's why I needed to wire brush the discs and clean some other stuff off. So that kind of gives you an idea of why I'm doing it, even though my name says organic farmer, Indiana organic farmer. Still use this planter for conventional. This one's bad enough. You can see it's almost punctured all the way through it. Next up is taking the seed opener discs off, and we'll check the diameter of them and the seed tube guard. I've got some work to do on the seed firmers. Some of these hose clamps coming loose. So what I'm going to check next is the seed tube guard. It protects the seed tube from the opener discs getting into it. It also helps create a nice wide furrow. The seed firmer here just helps push down the seed to the bottom of the seed furrow into moist soil. I put these wires on as an aftermarket thing. I put them on to help stiffen it a little bit more, give it a little bit more down pressure. I know I've got some rows that the hose clamps are coming off, so I'll need to check all these, take these off, and I'll check. They say you're supposed to replace these at 5/8 of an inch, so I'll go ahead and check those and see what it says. Looks like we can go another season. We can run another 1/16 of an inch off. Okay guys, this is why I check these discs. That has a lot of play in it. That one's gonna get changed. That one's not any good. Found another bad one. Now that I have all the discs off, I will measure them to see if they need replaced by size. And new are 15 inch. I like to replace them at 14.5. So this one's still got a little ways to go. It'll run another year. I just do a few of them because I usually replace all of them about the same time. So that one's good. Most of these are looking pretty good, so I think the rest of them will be about the same. I'll probably just go ahead and skip the rest of them and start working on the next thing. Okay guys, so I got my seed firmers yesterday, and I had to do a little bit of grinding on them to get the Mojo wires to go on, but I got them done, and go ahead and start putting them on the planter, and maybe put some seed openers on this afternoon. Now I'm ready to put these opener discs back on. I'll show you how to shim them the way that I do it. I like to have between 1.5 to 2 inches of contact on the discs. That gives a good seed trench for the seed firmer to ride in. Everything works good that way. There are shims right here. I like to have equal amount on either side, maybe one less or one more, depending on the gap or the contact. So I have 7 shims on the right side, and there are 6 on the left side. So if I need to shim it closer, I'll take one off of the right side. Take the nut and the washer off. And because I checked the left side last time, took the right side off first, checked the last side, or the left side, I will put the right side on first and check to make sure that the bearings are good in this one. So the bearing's good in that one. What I'm gonna do next is take two double sheets, or two, I guess it'd be a single sheet, and double it. Push them both in as far as I can, and then measure the distance. That's about 1.75 inches. I'll do this 3 times. That one's about 1.75 inches all the way around. So I'm gonna leave that one there. All right, so Dad helped me put the dust caps on and the rotary scrapers on. So those are all done and ready to go. These are on. So the next thing to do is put the gauge wheels on. I'm getting really close to being done, guys. Got all the gauge wheels put on, so all we got left are the fertilizer openers and the row cleaners, and they don't take too long to put on. They're about like the seat openers. Just gotta make sure they're spaced right, and then put the row cleaners on the brackets there, and we'll be done with this planter. All right, guys, got everything put back together on the planter. Everything should be ready to roll for spring. Hopefully we don't have any breakdowns, but if we do, I've got some spare parts on hand so we can fix it in the field. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. If you would subscribe and hit the thumbs up, that would be awesome. See you later.